Hello, I'm Master Hiroshi Tanaka. Welcome to Tales That Touch. Today, we have a story titled The Way of the Samurai, The Art of Inner War. This is the story of one who learned that the greatest battles are not fought on the battlefield, but within the heart. Takeshi knelt in the garden of his master's dojo, sweat streaming down his face despite the cool morning air. For 3 years, he had trained under Master Hiroshi, yet today he felt further from understanding than ever. "Master," he called out, as the old samurai passed, "I have perfected my kata. My sword strikes true. Why do you still say I am not ready?" Master Hiroshi paused, his weathered face betraying no emotion. "Show me your greatest enemy." Takeshi stood, confusion flickering across his features. "The bandits in the northern mountains? The rival clan?" "No," the master replied. "Show me the enemy that wakes with you each morning and sleeps beside you each night." The young samurai had no answer. That afternoon, a messenger arrived at the dojo. Takeshi's younger brother, Kenji, had been killed in a border skirmish. The news struck like a blade to the chest. Rage flooded through Takeshi, hot, righteous, demanding satisfaction. He stormed to Master Hiroshi's chambers. "Give me permission to avenge my brother." The master sat in meditation, eyes closed. "And what will vengeance give you? Justice, honor, peace. Will it return your brother to life?" Takeshi's hand trembled on his sword hilt. "It will silence the pain." "No." Master Hiroshi opened his eyes. "It will only give your pain a different voice." Takeshi left without permission, shame and fury warring within him. He traveled north for 3 days, tracking the men responsible. He found them in a small village, drinking in a tavern. There were 4 of them, men with scarred faces and careless laughter. Takeshi's hand went to his sword. One strike. That's all it would take. But then he heard crying. A small girl, no more than 6, sat beside one of the men, the leader by his bearing. She tugged at his sleeve. "Papa, you promised to come home early today." The man's face softened. "I know, little blossom. Papa's sorry. Here, I brought you something." He handed her a wooden doll, crudely carved but made with evident care. Takeshi's sword seemed to weigh 1,000 pounds. He saw his own father in that gesture, remembered the same tenderness in hands that also knew violence. He saw himself in the child's eyes, the daughter who would lose her father as he had lost his brother. The rage that had driven him for 3 days began to crack. Beneath it, he found something harder to face: grief, loss, fear, the terrifying fragility of all he loved. He did not draw his sword. Takeshi returned to the dojo in silence. Master Hiroshi was waiting in the garden, as if he had never left. "I found them," Takeshi said quietly. "I could have killed them all." "Why didn't you?" "Because..." Takeshi's voice caught. "Because I saw the war inside myself. The rage that wanted to strike. The pain that fueled it. The fear beneath everything, that the world is random and cruel, and I am powerless to protect those I love." He knelt before his master. "I thought the way of the samurai was to conquer external enemies. But the true battle is within, isn't it? Against the parts of ourselves that would make us less than human." Master Hiroshi placed a hand on his student's shoulder. "The sword we carry is only as honorable as the heart that wields it. A samurai who masters every technique but not himself is merely a killer. True mastery is not the absence of fear, anger, or pain. It is the discipline to choose our response to them." "But master, how do I fight an enemy I cannot see or touch?" "The same way you train with the sword, daily, with patience and awareness. You observe your thoughts without being ruled by them. You feel your emotions without becoming them. You acknowledge your pain without letting it define you. The old master's eyes held deep compassion. This is the art of inner war. It is not won in a single battle, but in 10,000 small choices to be more than our impulses. Takeshi bowed deeply. Then I am ready to begin my true training. You began it the moment you chose not to draw your sword, Master Hiroshi smiled. Now we simply continue. As the old samurai saying goes, a story without reflection is a journey without destination. Here is what Takeshi's path reveals. First, the greatest battles are internal. Our most challenging opponents are not external enemies, but our own unchecked emotions, rage, fear, pride, and pain. True strength lies in mastering our inner world before attempting to control the outer one. Secondly, discipline is choosing our response. We cannot always control what happens to us or what we feel, but we can choose how we respond. The space between stimulus and response is where our power and freedom live. Third, empathy reveals our shared humanity. When Takeshi saw the humanity in his enemy, the loving father in the warrior, he recognized that violence creates ripples of suffering far beyond our immediate vision. Understanding others doesn't excuse wrongdoing, but it prevents us from becoming what we hate. Fourth, pain demands acknowledgement, not action. Grief, anger, and hurt are natural responses to loss. But acting impulsively on these emotions often multiplies suffering rather than resolving it. True courage is feeling our pain fully without being controlled by it. Fifth, mastery is a daily practice, not a destination. The art of inner war is not won through a single moment of enlightenment, but through consistent, conscious choices over a lifetime. Every moment offers an opportunity to practice awareness and restraint. Lastly, strength without wisdom is merely force. Technical skill, whether in martial arts or any field, means little without the wisdom to know when and how to use it. The most powerful person is not the one who can act, but the one who knows when not to. Which lesson hit hardest for you? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. If you're hungry for more stories on resilience, discipline, and inner strength, subscribe now. New motivational content every Sundays at 9 a.m. New York time. The real battle is within. Master it. See you next time.